Hello, and welcome to the No Wrong Notes podcast, a show hosted by me, Veronica Kokis, holistic voice teacher and singer just like you. Grab a cup of tea, relax, and sit back as we discuss all things singing technique, mindset tips, and more so you can show up as the most confident and creative singer you can be. Hey y'all, and welcome to another meditation episode of the No Wrong Notes podcast. This week's episode and this week's meditation is for inspiring your singing when you're feeling stuck on your singing journey, particularly when you're maybe struggling with some challenging thoughts. We're going to be experimenting with changing the thoughts that we hold about our voices into something that motivates you as you move along your singing journey. As always with these meditation episodes, I encourage you to take it or leave it. Take what is useful for you and leave what is not useful for you. Let's begin. And I should mention that with this meditation, with this exercise, you don't need to close your eyes if you don't feel comfortable doing so, especially if you are driving. Please don't close your eyes. However, even if you are driving or doing housework, you can still participate in this practice. We're first going to start by tuning into the body, closing your eyes if it feels comfortable, if that's something that you want to do, but especially tuning into the senses. So noticing what you are hearing, what you are tasting, smelling, touching, and if you have your eyes open, noticing what you're seeing. Perhaps even expanding your awareness into noticing the quality of your breath today. Not trying to change the breath yet, just noticing. Noticing if the breath feels high in the chest or low in the belly, if it feels shallow or it feels deep. We are just taking a few moments to notice. So I'll give you a few moments of silence so you can tune into the body. Now we are going to deepen the breath, lengthening our inhales, but especially lengthening our exhales. And if you want to give your mind something to focus on as you do this, perhaps on the inhale, saying to yourself the word in, and on the exhale, saying to yourself the word out, out, in, out. So taking a few moments to deepen the breath, to slow things down. Now for this practice, we're going to be examining the beliefs that we hold towards our voices. And to inspire your singing practice, we're going to experiment with shifting beliefs that we currently hold to something even more positive to create an affirmation that makes sense for you. Turning our attention now to our voices, I'd first like you to bring a belief to mind, a belief that you currently hold when it comes to your voice that is true for you. Maybe it's the belief that my voice is all right, my voice is okay. Or maybe it's my voice is growing. Whatever it is, take a few moments to come up with a definitive statement of your own. It can be neutral, it can also be negative. What it must be is true for you. Now that you have your thought in mind, I want you to consider some examples of evidence for this statement to be true. If your statement is, my voice is growing, what is the evidence for that? Is it that your voice sounds and feels different than it did a few months ago? Maybe something else? Or perhaps the statement you came up with is a negative one, and maybe you're having a hard time finding any evidence, hard evidence to support it. Bring your evidence or lack thereof to mind and just sit with that evidence for a moment, noticing how your statement and the evidence for it make you feel. I'll give you a few moments to consider your belief and the evidence that you have for it, to give you time to notice how this belief and all of this makes you feel. All right, now we're going to play and experiment a bit with rewording your current belief into a slightly more positive but still believable thought. For example, if your current belief is, "My voice is growing," perhaps a way to transform this thought into something that is believable but motivating would be to change this thought to, "My voice is growing into something new and interesting." What we're doing here is reframing your current belief into something that inspires you. But it's important that the reframing of this belief is something that you can actually believe in, not just embracing positive thinking to try and bypass reality. Choose something that you can believe in, that motivates you, and that you maybe have evidence for. Now that you've got this new thought in mind, consider how it makes you feel. Does it make you feel satisfied, motivated, inspired? Maybe you just feel neutral about it. Maybe it's kind of like, whatever, I feel okay. Whatever it is, just sit with the feeling that this thought gives you. In doing this exercise, we are creating affirmations that uplift us, but that still ring true. The point of examining the beliefs that we have and turning them into affirmations is not to bypass what we're currently feeling, but to shift the thoughts that we have about our voice into something that inspires you to continue taking action on your singing journey. Now let's begin to come back into the body, reconnecting with the senses, noticing what you hear, smell, taste, touch, maybe even wiggling the toes and the fingers, coming back into the body. And now we're going to close this practice as usual with 3 breaths together. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in again, breathing out. One more inhale, and exhaling, letting it all go. All right, that is it for today's meditation episode. I hope that this meditation inspires you to think differently about your voice. And if you want to take this practice a bit further, I challenge you to write down your new affirmation, your new thought somewhere, either in your notes app, reminders, or on a post-it note, so you can keep it in mind as you move throughout your day. As always, if you liked this episode, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could leave a 5-star rating and review. If you would like to work with me, I am still accepting members in my Curious Singer membership, where you can receive feedback on your singing each week through WhatsApp. Follow me on social media. The handles are in the show description. And in the meantime, happy singing, y'all.